So let's dig in. Obviously, the first area of conversation is the coronavirus itself and the rate of change of what is happening in the world of the coronavirus, because this obviously directly impacts the economy and the market and follows that chain all the way down. And the good news is the rate of change in the virus has been positive. Now, I know we have a surge of cases here recently. That's expected to happen. We have more testing. There's been opening of states, bars, protests. All of this adds to the increase in cases. So this is important to take a step back and say, where are we? Especially relative to when we bottomed out in the market and really the news was at its peak worst. Let's take a quick look at some of the data. Tests per day, way up, over 600,000 more. Total number of tests, we've gone from 1 million to 40 million. This is important. Remember, we're going to see more cases. It's not the number of cases, it's the impact of those cases that we are incredibly mindful of and will determine whether there will be shutdowns or not. Number of positive cases, we were at 18%, now we're at 9%. Now, that's to be expected because in the beginning we were only testing the sick because we didn't have enough tests. Now, as we have tests, we'll start to get more accurate data. Accurate data goes to better decisions. The number of ER visits, down. The number of inpatient hospital visits, down significantly. That's great news. The number of ventilators, probably one of the biggest headline items early on, plus 200,000. So we have many, many more, and we're using less. That's great news. Number of Americans on ventilators. This is wonderful news. Down 5,000. That means less deaths. This is important. And the RT rate, the reproduction rate is simple. Over 1, it's expanding. Under 1, it's contracting. The number of states that are over 1 are less. They've risen recently here with this latest surge. That's going to move around quite a bit, but still better. So the key to this whole chart is really quite simple, and that is we know more, we're more effective. We know about distancing, we know about mask use, we know about who's vulnerable, who should stay in, who should be isolated. The hospitals are more effective in treatment. So this is all positive. What's also positive in terms of rate of change is the science. This next chart shows we have 135 vaccines currently in study. And so we have some that are showing remarkable effectiveness. Just recently, Moderna's 45 people used it and 45 positive outcomes. I mean, this is great news. If we get a vaccine or several vaccines, will be even better because then we could produce and hit the mass population. This is the key to the door to get us out of this thing. This is great news. In the meantime, progress in terms of therapeutics is also moving remarkably fast. So in summary on this whole coronavirus, yes, it's bad. Yes, it's still here. Yes, we don't know everything yet, but rate of change is positive. Vaccines, therapeutics, testing, the numbers are getting better. We know more. This is all positive. That's why the market's rallying.